Welcome to AI Dispatch, your channel for the latest AI videos on YouTube. If you don't want to miss these updates, please like, subscribe, and share. Today's video comes from a 16Z featuring 11 Labs founders Marty Staniszewski and Piotr Dabkowski. Their central argument positions voice as the primary carrier of intelligence rather than text. They contend that text functions as a compressed, low-resolution representation of reality, whereas raw audio captures the physical world directly. This perspective reverses the hierarchy that treats language models as foundational and voice as supplementary. We will examine their technical rationale and organizational decisions. The founders of 11 Labs, Marty Staniszewski and Piotr Dabkowski, present a framework that challenges how the AI industry prioritizes modalities. Where others treat text-based models as the core intelligence layer and voice as a cosmetic output format, they reverse this structure entirely. Their thesis holds that audio carries emotional and contextual data that text cannot encode, making it the superior substrate for building intelligent systems. Marty opens with a prediction about interface evolution that contradicts assumptions about screens. Digital devices have steadily increased screen size, resolution, and user attention. The industry operates as though visual displays will remain the dominant interaction layer indefinitely. Marty argues screens will become peripheral rather than central. His reasoning centers on presence and context. When you look at a phone, you disengage from your physical environment. Voice-based interaction allows simultaneous engagement with both digital information and real-world surroundings. He describes a scenario where you walk through a classroom or foreign city wearing headphones with an AI physicist or historian providing real-time context. The computer transitions from a device you operate to an ambient intelligence layer that augments your environment without demanding visual attention. This repositions the interface from something you look at to something that accompanies you. This architectural shift connects directly to how the founders evaluate AI capabilities across modalities. The industry consensus treats large language models as the intelligence core, with voice serving as a utility layer for reading text aloud. Text is substance, voice is delivery. The 11 Labs founders invert this hierarchy completely. They argue voice is the only AI modality capable of transmitting emotion. Text delivers sterile logic, but audio conveys emotional fidelity. This belief originates from a specific cultural experience: Polish movie dubbing. In Poland, foreign films are often dubbed by a single male narrator who reads all character dialogue, men, women, children, heroes, villains in identical monotone. The informational content remains intact, but the film itself is destroyed. Emotion, intonation, and intent disappear. They built 11 Labs to solve this emotional data loss rather than simply convert text to speech. Their objective is crossing what they term the vocal Turing test, which requires not just realistic sound, but the capacity to convey nuance that text fundamentally cannot capture. They define true intelligence as requiring both cognitive capability and empathetic expression. Piotr, the technical co-founder, introduces the most radical claim regarding how general intelligence should be constructed. The industry builds AI by training models on massive text corpora books, articles, code, under the assumption that sufficient textual data will produce world understanding. Piotr identifies a structural flaw in this approach. Text is not raw data. Text consists of tokens, which are human-created symbols designed to describe reality. Training on text means learning from a human abstraction of the world rather than from the world itself. His technical argument is that raw audio provides a superior training substrate for general intelligence. Audio waveforms are direct physical measurements. They are not symbolic representations created by humans. They are unmediated captures of physics and environment. If a model learns to understand raw audio, not just speech, but sound effects, music, and acoustics, it learns to process the raw data structure of the universe. Piotr proposes that intelligence developed in the audio domain transfers to any other raw data domain. This represents a fundamental departure from the text-first paradigm. It suggests the path to AGI may involve listening to the raw noise of reality rather than reading human descriptions of it. Their unconventional technical philosophy extends into organizational structure, where they violate standard startup hiring practices. In the tech industry, titles function as recruitment currency. Offering someone a VP of engineering or head of product role signals status and career progression. It is the standard method for attracting talent. 11 Labs eliminated all titles entirely. Their logic is that titles function as a filter mechanism. If a candidate negotiates for a VP title, they are already the wrong hire. removing titles, forces, self-selection, ensuring only individuals motivated by building and shipping remain. They prioritize low ego and high autonomy over status signaling. This connects to their perspective on talent scarcity. They estimate there are only 50 to 100 top-tier voice researchers globally. This extreme scarcity makes traditional hiring models unworkable. They cannot demand office presence because they must recruit wherever those 100 individuals live. They operate as a remote-first, decentralized network of small, autonomous teams because the talent pool is too small and too geographically dispersed to support conventional organizational structures. The founders consistently prioritize biological and physical reality over artificial abstractions. They value the raw sound wave over the text token, the emotional reaction over the logical information, and the builder's output over the corporate title. Their framework treats human-created symbolic systems, language, organizational hierarchies, visual interfaces as lossy compressions of underlying reality. The question is whether an AI industry built on voice-first architecture, trained on raw audio rather than text, and organized around decentralized, title-free teams can outcompete the text-centric, hierarchical structures that currently dominate. And if voice becomes the primary interface, what happens when computers gain the ability to emotionally influence us through super empathetic audio rather than simply informing us through text? If you're interested in the video featured in this episode, click the link below to watch the original.